class of physics, and we had already started with the vernier calipers. I had told few concepts regarding like least count and all. So this is chapter name is measurements and experimentation. Measurements and experimentation. Measurements and experimentation, and this is your first chapter, and in that fifth lecture. Fifth lecture is online that you are taking up here. So last time only I had introduced you to the what is vernier caliper. I had also shown by the glass that how the parts of all that are determined, means what all parts are there, but I had not given the detailed description about the parts. Little bit introduction only I had given to you. So let's go to this. The subtopic is measurement of length and volume. Measurement of length and volume. Measurement of length and volume. And in that we are studying what? Vernier calipers. I did explain a lot of details regarding this one. Now see, the different parts of it are there. I will draw on the right hand side the vernier caliper only. It might take time, but I will try to draw the diagram there. The main scale, then here only a tail comes out, then there is basically a from here only okay. Then this jaw is there. This end itself contains the jaw. Okay. Then we have on this only another scale, that is called as the vernier scale, and this will be very well within that on the slide on the scale itself. So on the same level this will be okay. Got something like this. Let it not be very thick one, to be thin only. Might have been overwritten. And this extends here, and this only extends below and makes the other movable jaw. Okay. Should have been a little bit close, but no problem. Okay, this is your another movable jaw. Okay, so this will little bit outside, little bit here. This is your vernier scale now, and here it is complete. This is basically a vertical line only. Okay, now inside this will be a vernier scale. Okay, this is a vernier scale. On the top of it, arrangement is there with which help of which we can slide the things. Okay, this vernier scale is being made to move here only, and at the bottom of it one arrangement is there. And what is this one? Kind of a screw only. You will understand it better. I have tried to draw it in a proper way. Here they have put also something. Okay. And let's draw the markings on the scale. So okay. There are markings here, and also on the vernier scale also there are markings. So there are markings on the vernier scale also. Okay, I hope here this is a little bit not very good, but okay diagram for you. Now see here, let's name the parts. This is C, this is D, this is A, and this is B. Then this is called as M, this is E. And what else, children? Now this is S, this is the S. Okay. Now this scale, this one, which is in the circular part, it's called as a vernier scale. Okay, now let's see the parts. So what is the description of parts? First thing is called as the main scale. What about the main scale? This is the main scale. This M is called as the main scale. Okay, now see, because of the combination of the main scale and vernier scale, we are able to achieve a least count. And what is the value of the least count? The value of least count is 0.01 centimeter. That is what? We are writing the short as LC also, but it is basically it is least count. Don't misuse the short form. Better to write here least count only. Okay. Then what? So this is a steel metallic strip graduated in centimeter. Okay, centimeter and millimeter at 1 inch. And in inches and tenth of that inch at the outer edge of the same side. Okay. Fixed jaws are there, A and C. So this one I had told in the previous lecture also, and this one is called as a fixed jaw. Now see, this arrangement B and D only slides on the main scale. A and C are fixed. So don't think that top one is fixed, bottom one is movable. No. This A and C are fixed jaws, whereas your B and your D are as the, this shouldn't be the way of labeling, but still, movable jaws. So main scale is a steel scale graduated in centimeter and millimeter at one end, at one edge, and in inches and tenth of an inch at the outer edge of the same side. Okay, so scale may be different. So now see, different vernier calipers come with different least counts, but for your understanding purpose, whichever you will be solving the questions, because see, there is when you are doing the project, when you are doing the experiments in the laboratory also, you will be taking that and using the process of calculating the number of divisions, you will calculate the least count for that thing. Okay, so this is about the main scale. Second is vernier scale. Vernier scale. This is a vernier scale. This portion, children. This portion is there na? Here. Here it is vernier scale. This is the portion which is the movable one, which basically slides. This scale marked on the circular one. This circular one is called as the vernier scale. Now, what about the vernier scale? Vernier scale, a V slides on the strip of M. That means on the strip M, the vernier scale slides. It can be fixed in any position by screw S. The screw S is there. Once you tighten the screw at a particular position to fix up or to lock something, we are fixing. So that once we have fixed something, we want to take out the measurement now. We'll calculate the least count, the pitch. Least count we are already fixed first by measurement only. Then calculate what is the main scale division, what is the coinciding division. These all things I will be telling by solving numericals and also here also in the measurement part also. So this is the vernier scale. This is sliding on this is the main scale. Okay, then there is a vernier scale here. The sides of vernier scale can be, its slides of millimeter scale has 10 divisions over a length of 9 mm. So on the vernier scale, I am writing DS, the short one. Main scale can be written the short form as MS. So on vernier scale, 10 divisions will be, now see, don't you feel that these scales are coinciding? So what happens? So on the vernier scale, there are divisions also marked on that. So 10 divisions will be equal to what? A length of 9 mm. So the 10 divisions, now see, with the vernier scale you are not measuring something. With the vernier scale there are divisions marked. How many divisions are there? 10 divisions. These 10 divisions will be overlapping or coinciding with some or the other division on the main scale. So these 10 divisions on the main scale, on the vernier scale are there, and these 10 divisions, what is the value of them? It is equal to 9 mm. Where? On the main scale. Clear? So 10 on vernier scale, 10 is equal to 9 mm on main scale. This is an important concept, children. Please do remember this one. And the slide of the vernier scale, which slides on the inches, has now where the vernier scale also slides on the inches scale. So here what happens? 10 divisions equal to 0.9 inch. So in the term of millimeter, also this is also marked in inches also. So again here 10 divisions on the vernier scale equal to what? 0.9 inch on main scale. Since the main scale is marked in inches also on the other side, so 0.9 inch. This part is clear to all. Need not write anything because already this part you have done. This is merely an understanding topic. Then the third part is movable jaws. And please, this is very important lecture regarding vernier calipers that you have not studied about. This is the first time you are studying about it. That's why let me finish this. Whatever, how much time it takes, not an issue. Third part is movable jaws. Movable jaws. Which are the movable jaws? B and D. So B and D are the movable jaws. What is so specific about them? The vernier scale carries jaws B and D projecting at right angle to the main scale. They are called movable jaws. When vernier scale is pushed towards A and C and B touches A, the straight side of D will touch the straight side of C. Means when you are measuring the external dimension of something, like here only something is there, sphere is here. In the laboratory also, if you are happening, it happens to chance to go there. So also this sphere. So when you are making one end of some object touch with A, other end touch with B, then C and D also will touch each other. That also the same. That only the same. See, when vernier scale is pushed towards A and C, then as B touches A, the straight side of D will touch the straight side of D will touch the straight side of C. Straight side of C. Okay, that is the thing. That is the thing. So that is only the thing. Now see, these jaws A and B used for measuring what? External dimensions. These jaws C and D are used for measuring the internal dimensions. Internal dimension means internal radius, inner radius. Okay, some objects are there which are hollow from inside. So inside some other radius, inner Ri, outer is Ro. I think so. These questions you have done in the class 8 also, when there are thickness is to be calculated, outer radius, inner radius, all these things are given. Now next is metallic strip. Fourth is metallic strip. So what about the metallic strip? This is the metallic strip. Thin metallic strip E. This one is called the metallic strip. Basically we are calling it as tail. This is called as the tail, and that one is the metallic strip. They're calling here it is E. You can name any letter, but here for the diagram it is E here. Now what is this metallic strip used for? Metallic strip used for measuring the depth. So B and D is the mobile jaws. Similarly, A and C are the fixed jaws. Fixed jaws. Clear? So there is a thin metallic strip E attached to the back side of M and connected to the vernier scale. Now see, this when you drag or slide this vernier caliper on the main scale, this tail also moves along with it. That means the movement of vernier scale on the main scale causes a movement of the tail also. So this tail can get inside and get outside. Okay. At the back you will see it is sliding in that. So at the back of this main scale, it slides inside that only. So with the movement of the vernier scale, the metallic strip or the tail also slides. So I had told in the previous lecture itself that vernier caliper used for measuring three things. External dimensions, where here by the jaws A and B you will measure the external dimensions, by the jaws C and D you will measure the internal dimensions, and by the tail E or metallic strip you will measure the depth of any object. So when the jaws A and B touch each other, the edge of the strip touches the edge of M. When the jaws A and B are separated, E moves outward. That means when A and B are moving farther apart, this tail will be moving outside. Means it will moving the outside, means on the right hand side it will move. This strip is used to bring the depth of a vessel. So depth of a vessel. I hope all the parts I have explained to you, and this you study many times, you understand and part of it, so that you can understand it, explain it in a better way, understand the things. And only thing is that whatever I have told, more than this nothing is required. Work vernier calipers. Okay. Sometimes people will ask function of particular thing, but not a problem. Someone will say, sir, about you not told about screw. This screw. Screw S is there, na? Screw S. What is the purpose of screw? With the help of screw, suppose you have got a grip. Now see this, while measuring also, this grip should be not too tight, not too loose. And it should be enough so that when you remove the object, the coinciding division should not change on the vernier scale and main scale. So it should not be too tight, not too loose. So screw is only used for fixing the vernier calipers, vernier caliper is the complete object only. Fixing the vernier scale on a particular position means basically you are locking the position so that you can measure the dimensions. Okay, object is here, it will look like heavy, but otherwise you can just or you can just keep it here and lock it here, and then you will keep on the table and see what is the main scale reading, what is the coinciding division, and using the least count you can find the things. Also children, zero error is another thing that I will be telling you about this also, and we'll take up zero error of both the screw gauge as well as the vernier calipers together.